Welcome back to the Drama Drop, you guys. If you've been obsessed with the Bed Rot Challenge this season, you're in for a treat because today I'm chatting with season 4 winner Luke Yates about all the behind the scenes tea, what really happened, and everything that didn't make the edit. Be sure to follow him on Insta and TikTok at Luke J. Yates and subscribe on YouTube, Luke Yates Lifts. Get ready because the drama drops now.
Hey friends, this is the Drama Drop, because somebody has to talk about it.
Welcome to the Drama Drop. I'm super excited to have you on and talk all things Bed Rot Challenge. You are the winner of season 4. Spoiler alert, if anybody hasn't seen it. Super exciting. First, I got to do a pulse check. How are you? How has life been since being crowned the winner of season 4 Bed Rot?
Right. Life has always been good. And then winning the Bed Rot Challenge just made it that much better.
Made it better.
Don't want to I'll brag a little bit. How about that? Yeah. Took the wife to Hawaii, just had to decompress from all the drama, all the loud noises, all the yelling in my ear from Carolyn, just on the beach in Hawaii. It was great.
That's perfect. Great. Yeah. And then I feel like, she definitely deserves some of that too. She had to be without you for, 6 days total? 7 days did it end up being?
I think it was a total of 6 days.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So definitely she needed a little treat too. So have you watched the season back completely?
I have. So It was just as exciting for me to go through each episode. We watch it with the family, with friends. Right when an episode would drop, we just get all ready for it. So perfect. It's definitely one of those experiences. It's man, I really did that. I'm not first show I did. So getting on and just being the most hated character was awesome.
Yeah, I will definitely get into that. I do have a lot of questions. But to back up a little bit, how did you even land a bed in Bed Rot for season 4? How did that whole
how did I get on the show?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So initially, one of the producers I met at Vid Summit, she reached out and said, "Hey, I know you're local to Utah," which at the time I was when I, met her, but I live in Arizona now. But she just reached out and said, "Hey, would you want to do the show? The winnings is 100,000 and this is what it consists of." And I'm like, I'm in. I have to.
Let's do it. I love to compete. Let's do it. Have you watched any of the seasons before this one?
I have. Okay. So a lot of people, Cozy Earth is in Utah. They're founded in Utah, and that's where their warehouse is and businesses. And so there's a lot of people that they get from Utah. That's what was a lot of comments on the first episode. It's why is everyone from Utah on this show? And so, I've seen the episodes, and actually one of my friends, he was on a previous season of Bed Rot. Okay. So I watched that.
Yeah, nice. I got to be honest, this was the first season that I've watched, and I thought it was so fun. So I'm super excited to continue to watch them, but I just think it's a really neat concept. And I mean, I love rotting in a bed every once in a while. So it was ooh, this is good. But I mean, it definitely looked a lot more complicated than just laying in a bed. I mean, did you go into it with any type of strategy, knowing what it was?
My strategy was just to give it my all, and that probably came across not the best strategy, to people, but hey, it ended up working out. Because I was the first challenge, I was hey, shaking, let's go. And Aaron, he let me have it. He had the words spelled out, but then he just switched the B and the D at the end. So he's I'm not the first one. I don't want to have the target on my back. And I'm right, bro, you get a bed. So I was the second one up, won the bed. Thanks, Aaron. So seriously, it was, it was very interesting.
Yeah. Do you think you winning the bed first, having that advantage? Because correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to remember. There wasn't a point that you didn't sleep in a regular bed, right? You had a regular bed the entire time?
There was one night I spent
one night. Okay.
in a nightmare.
Okay.
But throughout the whole time.
Yeah,
I was in a
you
comfy
started
bed.
off strong.
Yeah.
You started off cozy. Okay, so do you think that was a huge advantage? Like, do you truly think it had you, just slept on, like, in any other conditions that would have impacted you in any other way?
I think so. I think so. I feel, I like the gym and I treat recovery and sleep very seriously.
Right.
And so if I don't get a good night's sleep, it's compensated by caffeine. But if that had happened on the show, I probably wouldn't get that caffeine. And yeah, I think it would have affected my game for sure.
Okay.
If I didn't win the first bet, for sure.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like that was a huge plus. And like you said, for whatever reason, really put a target on your back. I feel like people immediately were giving you the eye. I mean, okay, so I do have a question. So Carolyn, we know you guys were bed neighbors basically.
Sure.
And obviously, like, we were privy to, she was not vibing with you. Did you get that from her in the show in real time?
Yeah. Like, that was everything on Bedrock, they just capture. So it's like real arguments, real like banter. Like, there's a lot of conversations that actually didn't make it on the cut. So yeah, Carolyn is not a fan of Luke.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know. Because I was just wondering too, because it's like, I obviously see the conversation, see the tension, but I mean, love reality TV. So I know that they're really good at being able to chop things up to maybe make it look like it's way more than what it is, or people are getting the vibe of something different than how it's coming across on the show. So I was curious to know if you actually could feel it, and then watching it back, you were like, oh wow, like she did not like me.
Yeah.
You realized it way more after the fact.
And especially when I would leave the room and they were all talking about me, and I'm like, what? I kind of knew it. I had a guess, but like after watching it back with my family, I'm like, I can't believe they would say that about me. Gosh.
And you're like, it's not my fault. I'm just winning. Like, I can't help it. It's like, just do better then.
Yeah.
Okay. So going on, like, the conversations that didn't make it, was there a crazy conversation or an argument, tension that didn't make the cut that you think would have been good for a storyline?
Not good for a storyline.
No.
But, and I would not getting into this conversation when it comes to political, I just asked a question and the whole room just like blew up on me. It's like, blah, 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 all this stuff. And I was like, I just asked a question, and I literally shut up and I was like, next question or next topic. Cause like you're in a room so long with everyone. So you just like, you want to like, especially me, I'm a very social guy. I want to get to know people, talk about them, know what they believe so when I'm asking questions, and if it blows up in your face, and then you're just like, okay, what else do we talk about? Like,
yeah.
And then that's where it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm tired of this person talking like this. And like, it's real. It's not like a work where you, okay, get off the bed, go home, come back tomorrow. Right. It's like you're in bed 24 hours. You don't leave. So,
okay. Yeah, I have so many questions about that and that whole process. So kind of paint me a picture, like what would the day look like? I mean, from the moment you guys wake up, eating, using the restroom, how did you fill your day? Because I'm sure competitions, I mean, they weren't lasting all day.
Right.
So it's like, what did that day look like?
The whole day. So starting up.
Yeah.
They understand and they respect family lives. So they give us our phones for max 15 minutes. Like they okay, if you need like pay any bills or whatever. This is not like, if you had your phone on Bedrock, it'd probably make time fly a lot faster. You could just be lost in your phone, games, social media. Yeah. But they like 15 minutes. You could either call family, do whatever you need. And so then they just rip it away. They just like, okay, you're done. Like it no matter what phone call you're on, they just take it away. 15 minutes is done. You're gone. And then it just like you sit around and you just wait. And then like a producer or a cast member, or not cast member, this like someone on set would be, helping out. So like, hey, what do you like? Sometimes we'd get Starbucks. We'd get like some nice breakfast. It's not like it wasn't like bougie, but it was like bougie. Like it was nice for
like
bed.
It felt in that moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Like getting breakfast in bed. Come on. What's better than that?
Absolutely.
And so that was great. And then you just wait, you either argue with Carolyn or you get to know people, and each day there's like one less person. So it's just like, you are forced to get to know the people in the room. And then you just sit there. They took away. So I brought like, I was all strategic coming in, right? I brought like a wooden kendama toy. Like I love these, like, I saw a kid in me. Like I like to do like fidgeting stuff, right?
Yeah.
They took that away. They ripped it away. They took my pen and my journal. I wanted to write down my thoughts, right? They took everything that's just like to entertain, like anything that could be entertaining or take your time away. He took it away. So yeah, that was trying to fight the boredom, right? So they took everything away. So the most exciting times, which only happens like for a couple hours a day, is when London would come in just yelling, "Riders!" And then I'd be like a spike of dopamine because I like this. Okay, it's game on, and then nerves through the roof because like I don't want to get off the show.
Right.
And then after that, after challenges, you're just rotting. Oh, you literally just sit there and you just gotta find conversations. I found things in my brain that I didn't even know they were there. Just like things about myself.
A lot of self-discovery.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm curious, how is the sleeping part? Because for me, I'm so regimented. Like I need my fan, but I also need a white noise. Like we have sound speakers that it just sounds like I'm really in a wind tunnel. I have my eye mask. How was sleeping?
For me, not bad. Not bad.
Right.
Especially when I would complain if I was like, oh, it's too hot when everyone's just freezing. Because I had like really heavy covers, right? And then I had sheets. So either I'm like cold or hot, but I slept great. Not one complaint, but then I did complain anyways. And Ben hated that. He's like, I don't know if it was made it to the cut, but he's like, you have everything. You have the bed. Yeah. He's like, think about us, dude.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I probably shouldn't be complaining. I was sleeping on a very comfy bed and with really comfy
Was there like a set time when they were like, okay, lights out? Or was there kind of just like, okay, they're still awake, we'll leave it on? Or it's like, no matter what, lights out at this time, then you kind of just have to sit in it.
It's not really lights out, like lights dim. So they could like the cameras could still see. And there's like, you're mic'd up 24/7 too. So people like would always ask the question, oh, did you go to the bathroom? Right. That was like a huge thing. And so when you're mic'd up and you don't want to wake anyone up and it's lights dimming around like 9. And then you could go to bed if you want to, you don't have to. But like one of the times they didn't make the cut, which is very interesting. Aaron gets up. He's like the nicest guy I know. Right. He was very genuine. And then we'll get into this conversation about the main thing. But he claims, which he did, say, I'm going to the bathroom, like at night, going to the bathroom. You have to claim it. If you don't claim it, touch the floor, you're out. They're serious about that rule because they want to make it bed rotting and not leaving your bed. So they have no other way to like get, you have to go to the bathroom.
Right.
So you have to claim it first and then get off your bed.
Okay.
And it was like, I think it was like 1 a.m. around there. And I just like was kind of tossing and turning. And I just hear him get out of bed. And then like I sit up and then Carolyn sits up and I look at her. She goes, and I was like, and then we like routed him out in the morning. Cause like you want people off the show. So if you fail to announce to go to the bathroom, you're off the show. Close to 100K. So we both kind of just said.
That's the only time you and Carolyn got along.
Pretty much. And the time when we were just like balancing that ball.
Had to. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So perfect. You answered my question about the restroom thing. Cause I was like, I'm so curious. Like, do you just have to, are you elevated? Do they levitate you somehow to make you not touch the floor? Yeah. But I mean, like, cause
I think in other seasons are going to like adapt to like actually transferring people. it was just such a hassle getting like
Yeah.
that. There's like cords on the floor and like cameras like to dodge like the tripods or whatever.
Yeah, just a lot of admin.
So they like made it serious. Like this rule, like we know you need to go to the bathroom. You have to claim you go to the bathroom, and you cannot overuse this rule, or you're off the show. So like people are like, let's go to the bathroom and spend all day. And that's like, no, you got to go to the bathroom, come back, you're mic'd up. you know?
Yeah. It's like back in school when you only have like 2 passes that you can use throughout the year. You have to use it wisely.
Exactly. So.
When you were going on to the show, did you know anybody that was going to be on it beforehand, or was it first day walking in, you're like, oh, okay, these are the people?
Yeah, first day, they kept it very, so like they have confessionals before the show starts. Like, who do you think are going to be on the show? Like, what's going to happen? Any predictions? And then I was just trying to, like, they separated our times and they kept everyone apart. So I was like, very curious.
Right.
But I didn't know a single person.
Okay.
So it was all brand new faces. And I know they have really big like names out there, especially in Survivor, right? 3 people from Survivor. I don't watch Survivor.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know who these people are, you know? And then like Chase, I heard of him in the aspect of like, it's a pretty big show in Utah, the Mormon Wives thing. And then everyone else, so I was like, nope, don't know. Sorry.
That's so funny. Which honestly is probably better that you didn't really have any preconceived notions or anything like that. It's funny. Yeah. I don't watch Survivor either, but I knew Carolyn and Natalie from The Traitors, which I'm a huge fan of. I think it's such a fun show. Right. But when I saw Carolyn in the cast, I was like, oh gosh. Cause like she obviously, you know, she's a huge character, as much as, you know, she likes to kind of stir things up, but she's also hilarious at the same time for television.
But
I think
strategic. They're good.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. I'm so glad I didn't know who they were before I came to the show, because I just treated everyone on the same level of me.
No, exactly. Exactly. And so do you watch The Traitors at all?
I watched it after like their seasons. I didn't watch like the whole season, but I just like watched like a few episodes because that was like a big show they were on. And
yeah, for sure.
They're good at it. They were phenomenal.
Yeah. I was going to say it's funny because like The Traitors, you know, it's like such a mix of people. They have some gamers and then just like reality TV, and it never fails every single time. The gamers, they just they're so good because they know how to also do the whole social aspect, because a lot of the games that are being played, it's a huge social game. So I was really curious to see how Carolyn, and I knew Natalie was gonna go far because she went really far in Traitors. Right. But I know Carolyn, like she loves to rile things up. So I was like, ooh, this will be
did. Like she was she did. And then their argument. Can we talk about that?
Please. Yes.
Okay. This was a night that I was like 100% I'm going into a nightmare. Like 100%. There's no other way. Carolyn just won the challenge that she can decide whoever she's putting in the nightmare. It was me. She even yells, "Get in bed, Luke!" Or get in that bed. And then it was like a gift from heaven, gift from God. Just Carolyn, Natalie, argument. And it was a real argument. It wasn't like put on or whatever.
Right.
And nothing's put on. It was just like, that was a real thing. And I was sitting there all awkwardly, not saying a word. I'm like, let's just keep going. Just keep arguing. This is working out in my favor. And it did.
Yeah.
And it did. And it was awesome. It was so cool, just to dodge that night one more time in the nightmare.
Absolutely. Have you guys talked since the show's been done at all? Like,
I mean, no. There's been like a live stream around like the 2nd or 3rd episode coming out.
Yeah.
Or like a Instagram live, or like a few people joined, and I just joined it randomly. And they were like, it was like Carolyn, Natalie, and then Aaron. And then it was like so funny. I just being that character, like not intentionally, but low key intentionally. When it just started going in that way, I just played that character. Like I've never been on a TV show. I'm a nice guy in person, right? I'm gonna treat everyone nice. But the moment I won, it was like you're the one to have a target on your back. I'm like, okay, you know.
I know. It's crazy. I thought that too. I was like, am I missing something? Like, usually I feel like the villains of competitive shows, like they win, but if they're winning, they're normally liked by the rest of the cast. And I was like, did I miss something? Like, did you do something to just really piss these people? I mean, I was like, I don't understand. Like, sure, it's probably annoying. Like, yeah, he gets a bed in the very beginning because we all want a bed. Like, that's so annoying. And so you have this advantage. But I mean, I don't know. I was like, did I miss something? Like, why is everybody just like, this guy?
I initially, when I came in, like, into the show, what I said, I'm like the annoying little brother. Because I don't have any younger siblings. I was the young one.
Okay.
Right, the youngest. And I just know how to play that role. So I was just basically being myself. So saying maybe comments I would say that sound like maybe a little arrogant or like I'm bragging. You know, Ben would always say I'm bragging about my bedtime, and I'm like, I'm not bragging. I just win and then I flex. You know, it's like one of those things.
It's
like whatever.
You're just
celebrating. And then I think it's just like over time, even with all this the noise they canceled out, like just for the show, anything that didn't make the show, there's just a lot between that just. It's just like, I want to like you. Like, this is what I got. I want to like this guy, but he's like winning things and it's just an annoying little brother. Like, you just got to not like him. And so, and I think that's how it just rolled out to be. And I just played that character best way I could, just being myself.
I mean, I think that's good. It's like you kind of realized what your role could be. And it's like, all right, just stick with it. And again, I mean, obviously, I've never done a competition like that or anything, so I'm sure it's probably annoying to be like, oh, he's always winning. But it's like, that's not your fault at the same time.
Right.
I mean, it's like, maybe it's your fault for being so good. But I mean, it's like everybody had an opportunity. So, I mean, you know, what can you do? But
I just when I see and I watch this show back and when I leave the room and everyone's like, we got to do something. We got to get him blues. You know, and they're like saying, maybe we should like give him praise. Maybe that's what he needs to like, you know, reverse psychology. Yeah. He's like, 'cause I think he feeds off this stuff. And I'm like, I just want to win. Whatever the challenge is, if I have my bed still. So I got like, it's at night. They just dim my lights a little bit. So like sleeping was so like, it was like hard because you had to like block the light, right? All these studio lights. So when I won another bed bug challenge, I would get like a sleep mask, you know?
Oh,
and
God.
so it was nice.
Nice. Yes. I remember that because I looked at my husband and I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Like that right there. That's what I would need to strive for because I genuinely don't know how I would do it. Cause I keep thinking, I'm like, when we go to hotels, the little light that comes from like the thermostat, I have to put a towel over it. It's like everything else is pitch black, but there's just that little light. So I'm like, I just don't
like a little green light or blue or something. Yeah, it's just so annoying.
It's just the smallest thing. I can't handle it. And yeah, I guess for mic purposes and recording, they would have to keep it pretty silent. So there's no white noise. That alone, I don't think I could do it.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Like just thinking back, the worst part though, like sleeping, I was bad. I had a comfy bed. It was worse for other people. Okay.
Right.
The challenges, you know, dealing with Carolyn, whatever. But the worst part, like by far, was the food challenges. Like I hated, like with the living passion, eating the foods that they came up with. Betty Rotten, you know.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Okay, so would you say that was worse or the bugs?
I would say like the blending of the random ingredients with the crickets was by far. Yeah. I would say the bugs at the end, I was like, there is me and one other person,
right
in between of that 100 grand.
Yeah. Like it's so close.
It was just like, I don't care if I throw up, whatever. I ate the bugs, it just becomes like one of those things. I did still like, that was the last challenge I did to unlock, or to get the final 2 letters.
Yeah.
That was like, it was like a different mind shift, but like the taste wasn't as bad. Like it was like still gross to think about bugs, but like the shake and the crickets are just kind of like this cherry on top of like mind games, but like the shake itself with the oysters dropping in and like the cheese that they had, the cheese dip.
There was just so many
nacho
things.
Cheese, like the spice in that.
Gross. Yeah.
Everything, the milkshake, the chocolate milk, the ice cream. Can't even remember what else in there. It's just gross. It just smelled like throw up, and it tasted like like, when you kind of like if you throw up, you have that like acid in your mouth and it just burns. Yeah. That's what it tasted like. It's like drinking a full cup of that with crickets. So I don't know. That was my weakness for sure. Yeah. And I do not know how Natalie got through that one so fast. She was just like not really phased. For me, like I'm someone who likes to compete. I kind of like to show off. Like if there's something like, I'm a man, I'll drink all of it right now. Right. I just could not get my mind over that. It was the worst. I had to end up dumping that shake into the bowl of crickets and think about it as cereal.
Oh God.
Because it was kind of like getting awkward that how long I was not doing it. Because my parents' house from where we were filming was only 15 minutes away. Right?
Yeah.
100 grand to me is amazing. Like but it was not, it was like still on the line of like, there's 3 other people. It's like 12 a.m. This is like really late or really early in the morning, I guess. And I'm just so like mentally fatigued. I was like, I could just walk off the show, get an Uber. I'd be home in bed. This would all be just whatever.
Yeah. It'd be done.
It'd be done. And so it was kind of awkward how long I didn't do it. And then it was like, all right, you got to do it. Or like, and I was like, what am I, like, I'll be very disappointed if I didn't do it. So I just had to like do it, get it down. So
for sure. And I mean, I feel like Natalie probably had a little bit of a advantage. I mean, her being on Survivor. I mean, I've never seen her season. Well, I don't watch Survivor, but I've never seen what she's had to do on there. But I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's probably had to do some of that stuff. So she probably is just like, done it before. It'll be fine. Just gotta go. Like I was like that, all what you described, the food, the bugs, that I don't think I could do it. Just the mindset. It's like, okay, the crunch, the hearing it. Yeah. And then when I'm watching you guys do it and I can just see like the little remnants on the corners of your mouth.
I know, it was so bad. So bad.
And London's like, let me see. And you're like, just see you visibly just like really try to gulp it down. I'm like, there's no freaking way. Okay, question. Do you know, had you done that and so, like the final challenge, whatever, you have all those little sections and then you get to the bug one, whatever. You're chewing it, all that, you gulp it down. Had you thrown up, does that disqualify you? Like, what if you like could not help it? Your body just rejected it, but you initially swallowed it.
Yeah. So I think with the challenge in itself, if you like swallow it, like you get it down, if it comes up, that's not in their control. And I think it's like, if that was that big of a deal, they would have said, hey, if you're going to throw up, that disqualifies you. That would be a lot more of a mind game too. Yeah. But I think the initial challenge was just get the bugs down. Because I initially like on the final challenge with the bugs, I was eating those and I was like, ooh, like still, I just got it down. And it didn't taste as bad, but just the thought of a scorpion and a big like cockroach looking thing. And oh man,
the scorpion I was really shocked at.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's
that
more
thing.
like the outer shell, like it like scratched your throat going down.
Oh, it's like a crustacean.
Like eating eggshells. Imagine just like getting
God.
eggshells and eating that.
No,
Yeah.
they could have at least given you maybe some seasoning to put
I
on.
know. Or like Chick-fil-A sauce, just dip it in, like get something.
Just something. Oh God.
But instead they gave us milk.
Like,
they gave us milk with crickets in it. So
I know. I was like, how does that help?
I was like, thanks, London.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Did London try any of the bugs? Do you know if he's did any of that?
I don't think he did, but when Betty Rotten tried the shake, and that was so funny. She was like, "It's not even that bad." Drinks it, and it goes, "Oh!" Starts throwing up. It was like that bad. That was the worst part. Like any other challenge, I'd do 10 times before I would do another shake challenge. Like that was just so bad.
No,
so
it was absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just the thought of digesting it too. The next morning, I was like, my stomach is digesting this, and that grossed me out. And like I felt my whole body like change. It was weird. That was another part. It was just the reflexes, I guess.
Yeah, everything you're saying is definitely the thoughts that I had, because it's like, okay, I was thinking the same thing. It's like, okay, great if you like get it down, but it's like, then you have like a flashback. You're like, oh my gosh, I did that. Like it's in me right now. This is so gross. I can't believe I consumed all of that. And then I would want to brush my teeth immediately after. And like I said, the little crusts or the little remnants around the mouth.
And then just throwing up too. It like, cause I did throw up many times, and just like still like trying to get it down after it was like throw up in my mouth. Like it was just
such a bad mix.
Yeah. I look back at it now. I don't really remember the taste, but like I remember the pain. Like just like the like absolute like the don't want to do it. So I get grossed out even watching it. So,
okay. So I have to ask, because I know you mentioned you were like, oh, I could just walk out right now, whatever. I have to kind of go backwards a little bit.
Yeah.
Were you shocked when Chase just up and left, was like, I can't do this anymore? Because what was that? Was that even day 2? That was
day 2.
Yeah.
That was day 2.
I was like, wait, hold on. What? I was like, he wasn't even in that bad of, I mean, granted, again, I'm watching it from the comfort of my own home.
Right.
But to your point, like when you're getting presented this nasty challenge, it's like, okay, I could see somebody being like, I physically cannot do it. But I was like, okay, he's just in this little dog, it can't be that, but just so willingly, nah, I'm good.
I don't know. When Vanna went off the show, he just totally changed. So it's like, well, is he trying to, he's like, hey, maybe if I just get off the show, he'd get his prize. But I just saw him. I was like, yeah, this guy's not mentally in it. I'm like, that's great for me. Great,
I was about to say, I was like, that's a positive for you, for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah,
it was really
like,
shocked,
dude, come on, like get out in a way that you like doesn't look like you're just walking up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because like with the puzzle, what people don't know with the puzzle, like where he it was like the pyramid puzzle, and it was like the elimination challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, kind of like not trying, and then the blindfold, with Sam, like Sam totally kept him in the game. Sam literally like visually saw how the puzzle was done, and he's like, okay, doing this, and put it all together. And Chase kind of was like, yeah, wins, and then he's like you could just tell, like he did not want to win that challenge. He was just kind of like just trying to lose, I guess. And then Sam just said, nope, solve the puzzle for him. So
wow.
Yeah.
I wonder
Z
why you
went
did
home.
it then. I'm curious, because that's just such a quick self-elimination. Like, I don't think I've seen anything like that. So I just was like, what? Why did he do that?
I mean, like I said, got off the show.
Whatever.
He probably had other like weekend plans. He talked about his kids a lot. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I did it. Chase is like a cool guy. I didn't know who he was before, but just talking with him on the show, like, yeah, he's got his family. And he said he was going to Disneyland here soon. And I'm like, okay, this guy, he doesn't need the $100,000. He's not in it for the game.
He's got already the plans.
Yeah. So if you're going to walk off the show. I don't care. Maybe the producers in London was like, come on, like, stay, but it worked out in my favor.
Yeah, for sure. And then obviously we have Vanna. She touched the floor super quickly. And then Aaron touching the ground with that whole situation. Did you think, what was your thought process on that? Did you even?
Here's the thing. I was broing out with Aaron the most.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, he's a gym goer. I'm a gym goer. We were talking about like everything under the sun. Our bed was closer. Like, we had that like friendship.
Right.
And initially when the cameras are down and you have to try like each camera on a bed, right? Just to monitor everything just in case something happens. He is the nicest guy. I know. Like, genuinely, like, he had a smile on his face the whole time.
Yeah.
And when we were just broing out and just time's down, he's in his like little cocoon thing or the chamber. And I'm like, it was one of those, like, I joke all the time with my friends. I'm like, hey, like, is that real? Like, is that wood real? And he ends up picking up his shoe. Okay. So the first thought was a joke. The first thought was like, is the wood real? Touch it.
Right.
He picks up his shoe, and then I'm like, then this other thing on my shoulder, like the devil on my shoulder, he is fully not paying attention to what's going on. He picked up his shoe to answer your question. And then I just got really curious. I was like, wonder if he would actually touch the floor.
Right.
And I was like, no, that would. And like, the wooden floor is right in front of him, and he just knocks on the floor, and I'm like,
oh God.
It was one of those moments where I was like so in shock. So I stood up, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, what did I just do? But then like, I'm like, dude, why would you touch the floor? But why would you listen to me? And like all this stuff. And he's like so nice and so kind. He's like, I was just trying to answer your question. And then I was like, I wish it was anyone else. Like on this. I wish that happened. Like, that'd be awesome. If it was a Chase, great. Chase wanted to go home anyways. Bye-bye. But
yes, you were the perfect one for that.
And I felt so bad. And just like and once again, it is a game show.
Yeah.
Aaron was my biggest competition, 100%. Like, I think he would have went very far, if not winning the challenge, like the whole show.
Oh, wow.
Like, he was smart. Like, he's athletic too. Because there's another part right before that, right when he took me down, I was winning those challenges, and he had the marble on those like blocks where we had a hold. Like, with editing, you don't realize how long it actually goes for.
Yeah.
Like we were both like 20 minutes, just me and him, on the final round holding it.
Oh gosh.
And it got to a point where I'm like, this guy is going to go all the way. And I'm like, I'm going, like, we're both big dudes, we're strong or whatever. And he won because he was hungry for it. And I gave it my all. I was like, I'm not going to let him win. What ended up happening, my hands went so numb that I couldn't feel what pressure I was giving. So if you do a little bit of pressure that way, they drop up, they shoot up, right? And the ball will drop. Yeah. My whole, like, from here down on both hands just were completely numb. I couldn't feel. And so I dropped. I'm like, this guy is insane. Like, like, biggest competitor right there.
You clocked it. You're like,
yeah.
He's
so
my
I'm
competition.
like, I wonder how he's going to get out. And I did not expect him to be that strong of a player, but then not have his guard up. Like, he just let his guard down, touch the floor, works out in my favor. But at the same time, it was one of those things I was like, dang, he was like, I really liked him in the room, really liked talking to him. He made it like joyful, I guess. Because we could just talk, Yeah. But everyone else
have you guys talked about that post game? Like, have you cleared the air? Does he have any? No.
Yeah.
If
Aaron, you watching this? I'd love just to hop on a call and just talk it out, bro.
Yeah. But I feel like that's so tricky. I feel like, especially because it's something that you're not used to, just not touching the ground. I mean, I feel like anybody could have easily, like, obviously that wasn't your maybe initial intention, whatever, but I feel like that could have been something easily anybody, especially because it wasn't his feet too, you know? Yeah. So I don't know. Like, I just feel like, oh yeah, like it's just such a unique situation. It's, I don't know.
So
like,
unique.
I feel like anybody could have.
Just like the story arc too, just how that happened. Like he finally wins, the guy who's been winning, and then just downfall. Just like,
I know.
Then I'm like,
I know. It was a good story. I was like, oh, I cannot. And just the intensity of everyone being like, oh my gosh, like, did that
crazy.
just happen?
But that was
like, wait,
like,
no.
That was a highlight for Carolyn because she loves that stuff. She was like, I looked at her, she goes, oh my gosh, starts yelling. I'm like, you're a monster. And she looks at me, you're a monster. I can't believe you do that. And then I'm like, the target is 100% my back.
Right.
I am the villain.
Yeah.
I'm fully villainized. I'm it.
Yeah, I was like, that did not help you at all for any of those people that were already like, ugh, Luke. And then that happened. They're like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
You did that to Aaron? Wow.
So, yeah. This, clarify, was not evil intent at the beginning. It was a joke, which then turned to curiosity, which then turned to it happening.
Yeah.
And then I just accepted it. Yeah. I was like, yep, I'm the villain.
I mean, but
There
you
we
know
go.
what? That's part of those reality TV competition shows. You know, you got to be strategic and mentally, socially, physically, and, you know, kind of be sneaky, conniving. So
Like, it was so funny watching the second episode, and then the YouTube comments, you could see what people are commenting. And they're like, I can't believe they would have to do a cliffhanger like this to get people to watch the next episode. We all know he didn't touch the floor. And I'm just looking at that comment. I'm like,
just
these
wait.
people have no idea. They have no idea. But
no, I love it. I mean, I feel like that stuff just makes the show exciting, you know, just it wasn't a traditional way of getting out with, you know, a competition, an elimination competition, whatever. It was just chatting, and just one thing led to another, and it was like, oh my, like, it just wasn't supposed to happen, but it happened. And, you know, and I think it's good too that, you know, London stuck with it versus maybe being like, all right, we're just gonna like edit that out, just don't knock on the floor anymore. You know, your hand. I mean, I don't know obviously all the rules, because I'm assuming whenever they say don't touch the floor, it's inclusive of all body parts.
For sure. Yeah. Everything. It's like this floor is off limits. Like no touching
like
the floor.
No hands, all that. Because I know, because I had him on actually a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about, you know, he was trying to really, you know, make sure he was very strict with his rules that he put in place, because I can't remember if it was last season or maybe the season before, but whenever he had Demi and Whitney on from Secret Lives, Mormon Wives, and he said that, like, that one was a little bit tricky. Like, there was a specific competition that he had for them, really. I think it was the lie detector test. I can't remember exactly what, but there was something along the lines where she touched the ground and he was like, oh, we'll just, like, we still need her in, basic. Like, it was super quick.
So, yeah, it's hard because it's like, you have to know the rule. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you don't know the rule, get to know the rule. And if you get off, like, if you touch the floor in any way, this season they were like super strict. And like the previous ones, I think they're still figuring out the show, and they need like story. They need people to, they needed people like Carolyn. They needed people like me.
Exactly.
They needed Aaron, who was just hungry to win.
Yeah.
And that's what, especially with like Chase and Vanna, like they put them right next to each other. Like they wanted that.
Yeah.
But then when she gets off in 8 minutes, Chase gets off the show. So it's like, what do we do? Aaron or Z gets out.
Yeah.
Right. And then Aaron touches the floor. That's a lot of people gone in the first couple days.
Yeah.
And now they're like, what do we do? Like, we got to have them rot long enough so the show makes sense.
Right.
And so then they're like, we just let them rot one day. and just film it and see what happens and let them go crazy. And it did. That was by far probably I would say that's probably the second hardest time. The second hardest time on the show for me was the full day of rotting, because you're expecting like entertainment by a challenge and people, but then just to be ghosted.
Oh,
Then you're just like, okay, whatever.
You're just sitting and waiting and waiting. Wait, remind me, is that the time where it was towards the end, where it was mainly you and Natalie, when you guys kept looking at the clock and you're like, oh my gosh, it's been.
So that was the hardest time for me, because you're like, the 100 grand's right there. They let us rot for a long time until like more the end of the day, but we still had a challenge. But the day I was with Carolyn, Ben, Sam, and Natalie, and we were just rotting that whole day. That was like day 4, I think. Yeah, day 4. Just a whole day of rot. Nothing. And you're just expecting something, and they were just messing with us. And there was a point which they didn't have on the show, and I got them. They didn't know. So they roll you on a bed to a confessional bed where you could talk about like what's predictions and what's going to happen or what just happened and your thoughts on it. And so they just brought us in a room without saying anything. They had masks on, and I was able to get that. I put on the pajamas that were soaked, right? They were like damp and like that, smelling gross of just mildew build up, and you have wet clothes in a basket.
Yeah.
But I was like kind of confused. I was like, why would they have this? But I just wanted to like trick them. But at one point, they could see the camera streaming up to a TV in the room so they could keep an eye on us. And what I did, because they weren't doing anything, they would call their names and nothing. They weren't giving us any attention besides like them messing with us with their masks. And I look at the camera and I just freeze. And I just hear people running down the stairs to like, because they thought the camera died.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
And then they open up the door and like making sure, and I'm like, gotcha, let's go. So I played their game.
Wait, I love that. That's so fun. I mean,
they didn't have that in
something to make the time go by.
Yeah, I was thinking about everything, and I thought it was a puzzle. Like genuinely, I was like, snap, snap. I was counting. So they had their masks on. They would come in. They would do weird things. They would like snap. They would like hit on the wall. They like turn on the lamp and turn another one off or whatever. And I was I was keeping track of everything. They had they came up with like blankets in front of us, different colored ones. So I remember like the order. I just had everything documented in my brain of what just happened. And then it just ended up being nothing. I was like, that was a waste.
But that's so smart on their part too, because I'm sure that they were probably thinking like any weird, bizarre things that we're doing, it's probably a setup for something that they need to know. So we'll just mess with them. And I can only imagine like your mind is just wandering of like, ooh, could this be a clue for something that I'm going to need later? Wow. And it's weird too, because it's like in my mind, 6 days doesn't sound like a lot. Because do you watch Big Brother at all? Or No? Okay. So Big Brother's my favorite reality TV, like competition type show. And that goes over, I want to say almost like 3 months. Do you know anything about it?
I don't.
Okay. Just a really quick premise of it. You are trapped in a house with like 16 strangers. You have no access to the outside world, like whatsoever. You can't even read a book. And like no pen and paper. And then week by week, each person gets eliminated by the people that are in the house. So that's like over a span of like 3 months, I want to say.
Wow.
But they will have, like towards the end, they'll have different competitions. It'll be like day 47, what happened on this day? And so it's a really unique type of show too, because they have 24/7 live feeds. Like it's happening in real time. Like it's on right now. Like these people are currently living in the house, but you'll see sometimes like later on in the season, like people will like quiz themselves. They'll be like, all right, day 32, like this person went home or this person was on, like just little things to try to, because it's like that could be potentially maybe something I'll need to know later. Or it'll be like, what was so-and-so wearing in this competition? Like how many buttons were on this, so
just being super observant of everything.
Yes. So, I mean, like, I think that's smart that you had that mindset to do that. But yeah, it's like you're just kind of over preparing because you're like anything could be anything at any point. and I need to be ready.
It was,
But
it played with my mind for sure. But that big, like with 6 days, you know, just like imagine a whole week, right? Like a whole, like sometimes weeks can fly by. There's things you do, and you maybe get up, you know, exercise. Some people like have their routines on Sunday, you go to church, then you go to like, you know, people my age, they go to school or work or whatever. But it's like days just, it gets so like depressing in the aspect of studio lights, and you don't see the sunset, you don't see the sunrise, you only have fake artificial lights.
Ugh,
and you just you can't move your body. And I'm someone who's like very active.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, and like me going on the show, I was like, yeah, like 6 days wouldn't be bad, but like when you're in it, and you have no, like, you have no friends or really family to talk to. You just are put in a room with these people and you can't leave your bed. That's where it just becomes more of a mind game than anything of like actually rotting. And time just goes by so slow. It's just like, like you're just, what? So the only exciting parts is when London comes in, basically.
It is funny. It's funny to see like how everybody would perk up once he would show up. And you're like, they're like, thank God, like, something's happening. Would you say it was more mentally or physically challenged? Because obviously you're an active guy, like you move your body, like you're doing things. Obviously, like you said, mentally. So like just going from constantly moving or being active to very sedentary, and then also all the mental stuff. Would you say mentally or physically it was more? Mentally.
Yeah. Wow. It's all a mind game. Every single, like the physical ones, like the skill based, like I was really like, you mind if I grab something?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. No, you're good.
Like this thing, as a kid growing up, this is what they took away from me, by the way. This thing is a kendama. It's like a Japanese toy, the oldest you can really get, you know, spike the ball or whatever, the cup.
Yeah.
I'm really good at this, for at least for like, with coordination. So those, piece of cake, you know, like I get how it balance or whatever. And then like the physical challenge against Aaron, like those things were the easy ones. But I didn't really think I'd be good at like matching games or like the spelling or word games or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I didn't do too well in school. But then it's just like, I just really, I think the rotting just gets in your head. It's just so your body just goes into a state of fatigue in your brain. So it's 100% mental the whole time.
Yeah, for sure. Dang. I mean, well, you did great. Like there, I mean, given everything that was thrown your way, because I mean, like I said, I was sitting there and I was like, oh my gosh, like what would I do if I was in this situation? Like, and you have no idea what any of the what the new day is going to bring. So it's like, you just have to take it and then just do your best with what you get.
Yeah.
That's
like,
a lot.
Have you ever watched, you've watched like TV shows that consist of like reality TV and challenges and stuff, or like a Mr. Beast challenge? I've always watched like a Mr. Beast challenge. And I'm like, I would do so much better at that. Like I was like, I would have done this and this. Like I wish I could have an opportunity to shine and do that. And the moment like I was accepted like onto the show, I just was that guy. I just decided like, okay, I'm going to do every challenge I said I would do. And if I was like observing and watching, you know,
that's good.
But then like when it comes to strategy, people are like, oh, well, that will show that you're strong and you got to like show a little bit of weakness. And then you got to be like good socially. But I was like, I'm just going to win, you know, like win. And it just ended up working. And the scariest part for me, if we could talk about this for a second.
Yeah, please.
Is the matching game. So we had...
That's the one with the really big, like all those cards, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
As a kid, I'd play matching games with my grandma, right?
Yeah.
And it was like the same thing, right? And so I went back and I was like, I'm just playing a matching game with my grandma, you know? And so like mentally got to do that. And then I started doing really well in that. And there's a point where I thought I had the lead or Ben had the lead, you know, but I was like, people could tell like you kind of like can tell who's getting the most matches. So when the game continues, because we did it for 4.5 hours. So immensely, it really was like you got to remember each spot. Like you're trying to have this crazy memory, and then you'd forget, then you get frustrated because you see like, okay, that's not where the draft was. You know, the draft was the bottom left corner or something. But there's a point where Ben needed a break. And I was like, I don't know why we're doing some breaks right now. It's like really mentally hard. Like it was really hard. Ben needed his break. And I was like, okay. It kind of threw me off my game.
Right.
But between that break, I looked at Natalie because she was right there. And she didn't have many matches at all. And we're doing a snake vote out. So it was very important to win this.
Right.
So I looked at her under my, like, just like almost whispering. I looked at her and go, I'll save you. Because she was right in front of me. So she could set me up and lay up matches for me. So I ended up doubling everyone's matches on there. And I think I would have won regardless because I was like, I was determined to win. If I didn't win, I would go home because I'd be voted off, right? Because of the snake vote out.
Sure.
And so then I won over Natalie in that time. So she just started laying up for me because I was on the last one, right? So everyone would go down the line, be missing matches, either getting matches, and then she would like lay up, like get one right next to where I was thinking. Yeah. You know?
Oh like, my gosh.
Let's go. So then I picked her.
So good.
Out of integrity, I was like, I told her I would save her. So that's why I picked Natalie in the snake photo off. I said, Natalie, I'm saving you. You know?
Oh my gosh.
So
I love that though. But that's great strategy. I mean, like that's so good. And yeah, it's just funny because like I said, I think about it and I'm like, what would I do in these situations? I'm like, would I think that quickly on my feet on what I needed to do? You know, it's like sometimes you're just in survival mode. But
yeah.
No, that was smart. I wonder if she regrets that now. Laying it up for you.
Maybe. Who knows? I was pretty far. So like if I wasn't as far and I said I'd save you, that really wouldn't like make sense for her to like keep me in the game. If I'm not winning, she's not gonna help. So like there's either like I was in the lead or Ben could get the lead. And so that's where I played my cards right. And I said, I'll save it. Like,
yeah, that was smart. That was smart. So, absolutely. Yeah. The end, when it was just you two, man, like that was so close. How long did that whole, because I can't remember if it showed, I'm sure it did, but I can't fully remember exactly how much time lapsed. How long did that last challenge, like when you won the grand prize from start to finish?
I was so like nerves were through the roof. Mind almost blank. So much fatigue. I don't really remember. It was a long time though. And it was just like, we have 3 challenges, right? That unlock 2 letters. I started with the sheep. But what happened, we have a whiteboard and I had everything counted the best way I could, wrote down the number and he was like, wrong. Like to show how many sheep I counted.
Yeah.
And there was 2 underneath the whiteboard. And I like looked at it. I was like, and the rules are if you don't get the number right, you have to dump them out and put them back in. So I was like one by one going as fast as I could, throwing them back in. And then I wrote down the right number because I knew it was just 2 above what.
Okay. Because I was going to ask you, because I know whenever you guys were playing that competition and you were shouting these numbers like to throw Natalie off, which I thought was genius, by the way. I was telling my husband, I was like, wait, I'm so confused. Like, is he not messing himself up? Like, how is he being able to track all of that whenever he has to recount? Like, how is he doing this? But knowing that you had the number, you just were missing. Oh, see, and that's genius. Like, I don't know if I would have thought, I'm just going to start shouting and trying to throw the next person off. Like, that's so good.
Yeah,
that is really good.
That's where, because we did a sheep counting challenge as well. That's what I initially did. I was like, I'm just gonna start counting out loud, and that's knowing the little brother that came out of me. You know, that was in that was by nature.
Definitely little brother mentality. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And then the other thing too was like, you know, getting the last word, which watching Natalie trying to unscramble that word was so painful. I was like, oh my gosh. And then at one point she literally had it pretty much. Like she just, can't remember exactly.
She had the letters in her hand to set it down.
was like, just set it down. You would see it. Like, that was so painful. But then I was like, like you mixing that up was just so smart. Cause she was like looking like, what is he working with over there? But you mixed it up. And I'm like, all of that, like your mind is going, like you are just checking all the boxes, making sure it's like, all right, I got it, but I can't let anybody else. Like, I just don't know if I would think of that.
Yeah. So that's, okay, this is where people don't know.
Okay, tell me.
You're in bed so long, rotting. Fatigue is through the roof. Like mental fatigue, like you can't really slow that down.
Right. So
when you're in these challenges and there's so much pressure, there's cameras in the room, there's just another level of just like, I don't know how to really explain it. It's just like, I would just say the best way is pressure, like pressure overload, I guess. Yeah. And your mind doesn't think clearly. Your body doesn't really like work the right way, like the way you want it to. So like, I'm like trying to solve the cryptex and I'm like shaking and like, I'm trying to get the numbers right and like reading and making sure every letter it's like insane is spelt out. Yeah. But initially, like when I got the 3 letters, like this is how fatigued I was. I set them down. Then I like think, okay, there's 6 letters on the cryptex. And I'm like, it's bed rot. I start solving the word bed rot. And then I'm like halfway through, I'm like, you're an idiot. Like it's not bed rot. Like there's no, the letter's right in front of you. There's no B. And I was like, oh wow. Like I'm out. So yeah. But then I feel like the nerves and the fatigue and everything, like I lost hope when I was on that ball puzzle. Like I was totally checked out. Like I was like so mad at myself that I couldn't get it. Yeah. But then she just took forever. And then after I solved it, then I ate the bugs. Then I was like, we're back in the game. And then that's why the nerves are so much. And I couldn't solve exactly like I said, bed rot, try to solve it to open up the cryptex. But then I literally like looked at the words and I was trying to solve it. And then I never like put the letters out. I never spelled them out. They just like clicked in my head. I'm like, oh, it's insane. Because I like looked at the words and it just somehow mixed up in my mind.
You could just see it.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, we got this. Got insane. So Chic comes over and looks over at mine. And I'm like, it's already mixed up. I didn't even solve it, really. And then.
Oh, gosh, that's funny.
And I'm like, I'm so thankful she couldn't get the words. Like she had the toughest time.
I know.
Bless her heart, but
wow. Like that is crazy. But see, here's the thing. It's like, how you said like, people are upset at me for winning, whatever, doing really well in challenges. But I mean, here's a really great example of where she could have easily like, not to like discredit her, but it's like, she had a very strong lead. Like it was, and she couldn't finish it out. She couldn't close it, and it was enough for you to.
So many comments talking about, oh, I can't believe she can't, like, she's not intelligent, this and that. Like all these comments of like rude comments. But I'm like, people have no idea the amount of fatigue, the pressure, all the cameras on you.
Sure.
It's like you might be looking at a word, but there's so much nerves in your brain and like pressure that it doesn't make sense. Like your mind and your eyes and everything just doesn't work properly. And so like props to Bedrock to bring that too. Like it's really hard to bring that much pressure. And I think for her hearing about how well she did on all these other shows, she's the biggest competitor. Yeah. And then me winning the challenges. So her knowing it was more of a mind game. Like these are the 2 biggest competitors. We're going at it. She even says, she's like, I think I have to do it for everyone else. I was on Bedrock. I didn't win against Luke and like whatever, since I'm the villain. Right. So I'm like, this is game. Like we are in it. And so many nerves going through your body, pressure. So her not solving that word doesn't really surprise me because how mentally fatigued I was trying to solve bed rot when the words were even like the letters and the words were like not even making sense. Anyway, so people just don't know. Like people that are in the comfort of their homes watching, they're like, oh, do this, do that. It's like, no, you wouldn't. No.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. And I was like telling my husband too, I was like, it's funny, like looking at those letters, I was like, in my mind, I would be thinking, oh, it's probably a word I don't even know. It's so, I would be putting in letters that I'm like, I bet you it's just probably a word like I would not even think of. So I would just be making all these crazy concoctions of whatever the word could. Yeah. Like I mean, I think about that all the time because like you said, it's so much easier being in the comfort of your own home. I mean, even watching traders, it's like, duh, that person's the trader. How do you not know? But it's like, we already know who they are. So it's so easy for us. We have all the intel versus like being in it.
The one thing I wish they didn't do is tell us they showed the word insane.
Yeah.
If they didn't show the audience, like, hey, this is the word. So I think that's where people, they're like, oh, I already know the word. Like, you guys, you can get it 2 seconds. It's like, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait. Oh, make that note. We'll need to let London know. Because London told me, he was like, let me know of any feedback, like what you think. And I think that's a really good idea. Yeah. Because it's like, once you already know, it's like, duh, like you can see it. But I mean, I can't sit here and guarantee that I would be like, oh yeah, it's insane, not knowing beforehand.
Yeah.
It's insane. So
I want to talk to London, give him ideas. And just like,
yeah.
Because one thing I think would be cool is to have multiple rooms or just one room where you get like punished to be by yourself and nothing else. So just cameras on you.
Oh,
and so you just like,
isolation.
you're just by yourself and you're just going insane.
Yep.
Because it's time does go by quicker when you have people to talk to. When you talk about your personal lives going on, and it's just like you kind of wanted those conversations.
Yeah.
That's why I was so bummed when Aaron got off. But I feel like that could be crazy. It's like you get a nightmare plus you're in a room by yourself.
Oh my gosh, yeah, like that's a whole nother level of torture.
Yeah. But when you're like the games are back in, you bring it back in, so it's like, oh my gosh, like I was in there so long, Oh
my gosh. No, that's it. Cool. That's a great idea. That is a great idea. Okay, we're wrapping up to the end. I have a couple other questions, and then I really just like one more question, and then I do have a game that I want to play. But first, let me ask you this question. Okay, so would you go on another reality TV competition show if it was like Survivor, Big Brother, Traders? Well, probably not Big Brother because that's super, super long. But would you, I guess? I'm not going to answer for you. House of Villains, Special Forces, The Challenge.
The Challenge. I mean, I got a lot of good feedback from people.
Yeah.
And from the producers. And I just feel it would be cool for sure. But being away from my wife, I was serious. That was not even a bit. I was like, I miss my wife. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, for sure.
And so if it was like another big show and, sometime I would think about doing it for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily think my strategy from Bedrock would carry on over to other shows pretty well. I think
you don't think so?
Maybe just like this being good at there's another show called Secret Millionaire.
Yes, we watched that.
So good. I feel like I'd be good at like the challenges like that, but when it comes to keeping a secret about something and I'm like really excited, like I can't hide the smile. I'd be like, no, not the millionaire, no. And that's where I don't think my strategy or just my personality would carry on over. But I'd definitely go on another one. But I don't know if I would apply. I'd have to get reached out to. So
yeah. I feel like you'd be good on the Traders and maybe not a trader so you don't have to worry about keeping that secret.
Yeah.
But I feel like, well, one, you'd be good at the challenges, but also two, I feel like I could see you being good at like just kind of snooping or like maybe having conversations with people and being like, ooh, like that was like, I got you to say that. That was interesting. I don't know. I feel like you could snoop out the trader. I will say people probably would think you are the trader, but
but just not the trader. Yeah.
But you're just not the trader. I could see you on the Traders. And I think that's only like a month long.
Whatever the comments say, if they want to see Luke on another reality TV show, maybe I'll consider doing that. Like applying to one. So
yeah. Are there any upcoming projects that you're working on that we need to be on the lookout for? I mean, I know you have your YouTube channel.
I'm just going all in YouTube, really.
Yeah.
So
perfect.
I just have a passion for that. Maybe one day be a host of a reality TV show.
Ooh.
That's something I would be more interested in.
That'd be fun.
Because I'd like to do the torturing. Being tortured.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can help plan. I mean, you're already starting to come up with ideas of how to torture people. So
Right.
yeah, we'll make sure to put that out there for you to do that. All right. So we'll wrap up with I wrote this upside down. I just realized.
Uh-oh. I'll just go up. We'll just flip everything upside down.
Hold on. No, I think, let's see. This will be my own challenge because I can.
You're reading upside down now.
Yeah, I think I can do it. Okay, so I'm just going to like rapid fire like 5 topics, and then you'll just say if you think it's chic or weak, and you can
Chic
elaborate
or weak?
Yep, chic or weak.
Chic.
Chic. Yeah.
Chic meaning like cool? What's chic
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, sorry.
What?
Yeah, chic meaning I'm just laughing because yeah, that's such like a girly thing for me to say. Yeah, chic being like, yeah, like that's cool. Like, hell yeah.
Chic.
Just the opposite of
Yeah.
weak, which is like losery, you know?
Cool. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Bed rotting for fun. Chic or weak?
Weak.
Okay. Yeah. Eating bugs for 100K.
Chic.
Cozy earth beds.
Oh, chic.
Yeah.
For sure.
Perfect. Gym selfies.
With my wife, chic. By myself,
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
weak.
Okay. Last one. Cheat meals.
I would say they're pretty cool. Chic.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to have a cheat meal, you know?
Yeah. You got to live a little.
A little bit.
A little.
You know what I mean?
Just only a little bit.
But multiple cheat meals, not so chic.
Yeah. Agreed. Well, thank you so much for coming on and talking with me, Luke. It was so much fun. I loved getting all the intel and all the juicy stuff of Bed Rot season 4. And again, congratulations on your win. Super
Thank you.
exciting. You were so much fun to watch. So I'll definitely be on the lookout for any future shows that are going to reach out to you. But yeah, you make for great TV, and it was so fun chatting with you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you having me. If there's
Absolutely.
a part 2, let me know. Bringing
Yeah,
more into.
absolutely.
I feel like there's so much on Bed Rot, like that they didn't have in because I wanted to make it like the pacing fast.
Yeah.
So, but no, it's definitely a crazy show. And if you haven't watched it yet, you know, go
Yeah.
watch it. Even if you know the outcome, still go watch it because it's such a good show.
Yeah, it's great. And then where can everybody follow you on Insta and YouTube?
Luke Yates, Luke J. Yates, either way. I'll just post funny content, comedy with my wife, or just YouTube video challenges. So I just filmed a video where I did how much weight I could lose in a week. So I did
Oh,
like a 1,200 calorie deficit, walked 15,000 steps, and the last day I just like doubled that. Did 30,000 steps in one single day. So like, if you want to see
Oh
that
my
type of
gosh.
content, YouTube.
absolutely.
So.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much, Luke. It's been so much fun. Thanks for listening to The Drama Drop, you guys. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Follow at the.drama.drop on all socials. And I'll see you in the next episode because somebody has to talk about it. Love you guys.